The Milwaukee Bucks have agreed to terms to re-sign Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton. They were able to get Brook Lopez to resign with them for a 2-year, $48 million deal. Chris Middleton is going to re-sign with them for a 3-year, $102 million deal. So that would be probably about, $34 million a year for Chris Middleton. He did give up $40 million by opting out, but this was a great deal for Chris Middleton. I thought he had to make over 30 million plus to make opting out worth it. So this was definitely worth it for him to opt out. This is going to be the last big deal of his NBA career. I don't think he'll get any deals close to this once this one's up. Chris Middleton, I would say he's not really old, but you can't say he's young anymore. I just looked up his age. He's going to turn 32 next month on August 12th. So he's getting up there in age now. I think he can play at a All-Star caliber level for another 3 years, possibly. I think this year, I'm not sure if he was really good this year because he had a lot of injuries. I'm just gonna look up his numbers from this year. Let's see. Well, last season now, but you get where I'm going with this. Let's pull up Chris Middleton. Oh, where the hell is his numbers? God damn it. Basketball Reference is taking forever for me to find it. I'm just going to click on Milwaukee Bucks. This is a better way to find his stats. Let me just look at the team roster. Let's see. Chris Middleton. Okay. So Chris Middleton had a down year. It was 15.1 points per game, on 43% overall shooting from the field, 31 from three. So he definitely was not an all-star this year. So he was actually just bad. I would say really bad numbers overall from the field. He was terrible this year. Just god awful. That pales in contrast to the season before when he was an all-star. He shot about 44% overall from the field, 37 from three, which is pretty good. Chris Middleton, prior to this injury, was a very good player. So if you're Milwaukee, you got to hope that somehow he can get it back once he comes into training camp in this upcoming season. So I think that's kind of risky. So you're really hoping that he can just have one more run left in him to get a championship. So it's kind of like a risky sign by the Bucks, but then again, they probably didn't have any other options than to re-sign him, since on the market that I don't think they could have replaced him easily. So it's kind of like a roll the dice move. Brook Lopez had a great year though when you look at his numbers, but he's also up there in age. He's 35. He turned that in April. So he's not young anymore. I feel once you get to that marker in the NBA, it's kind of like you're going to go downhill from this point forward. But let's pull up his numbers right now. So last season, he averaged 15.9 points per game, 6.7 rebounds overall, 53% overall from the field, 37 from three. So solid numbers for a center, I would say. And he had 2.5 blocks per game. So if you didn't watch the Bucks play, his defense was really great this year. To me, he was like, I would say top 3, top 4 center in defense. He could have made All-NBA defensive first team. That's how good his defense was. His rotations were just ridiculously great. So you're hoping that he can give you the same production next year if you're Milwaukee. But still, these two guys are just up there in age, I would say. Middleton still possibly could be in his prime, while Brook, I think he's at the tail end of it. And you're just hoping for some good, solid seasons from Brook the next 2 years. This is Milwaukee just gambling the next 2 years that they have enough to win it all. They'll do good during the regular season, but to me, it's all going to be about the playoffs. Since winning that championship in 2021, they always have had bad luck with injuries the last few years, whether it was Middleton last season, or Giannis this recent season getting that random injury. So we'll see if they can put it together. I think they'll win somewhere between 50 to 57 games next year. I think the key thing for them is going to be health. They have health. they have a shot at it. I think they probably match up the best with the Nuggets more so than any other team with their size with Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, and Giannis. So we'll see what's in store for them in the upcoming future.